Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashraya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashraya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kamta Radha Kamta Namusute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhi Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Chapatitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Isvaraga Paramaha Krishnaga Satchidananda Vigragaga Anadi Radhi Govindaga Sadvakarana Karanam Om Tat Sat Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the King of Secrets, that is Raja Guhyam. So now we are in the 18th chapter. We finished 40 slokas. Out of 78, we finished 40. So we are understanding everything comes under the three modes of material nature and how the modes of nature are controlling. So that part is now very clear. Krishna has already taught us. We already studied in the 17th chapter and 18th chapter thoroughly, completely, that the yajna, dana, tapa, karma, so the acts of sacrifice, charity and austerity, and the food in the mode of three modes of material nature. And then in the 18th chapter, the tyaga, the renunciation in the three modes of material nature. And then we studied jnana, karma, karta. So there is the knowledge, action, and the performer in the three modes of material nature. And then we also studied about buddhi, dhritti, sukham. So there is intelligence, there is buddhi, understanding, and dhritti, determination, and sukham, happiness. They are all in three modes of material nature. Krishna, for each one, he has spent three slokas explaining in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has given us such a clear understanding of everything, how everything is under the three modes of material nature. We are extremely fortunate to get this kind of knowledge directly from Krishna. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, he descended, he came to this material world. So, and then he gave this knowledge to us, all how everything is controlled by the three modes of nature. Now we understand very well. But what Krishna is teaching us, Traigunya Visaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavo Arjuna, Nidvandvo Nitya Sattvasto, Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. So the Vedas deals with three gunas, Traigunya Visaya Veda. So you become free from all these three gunas, Nistraigunya Bhavo Arjuna, Traigunya Visaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavo Arjuna. Nirdvandvo Nitya Sattvasto. So free from the dualities, free yourself from the dualities, Nirdvandvo. And Nitya Sattvasto, so always situated in the purity. That's it, Nitya Sattvasto. Niryoga Kshema Atmavan, Niryoga Kshema. So Niryoga Kshema means don't go after the results of the activities. We already studied in the 9th chapter, 22nd sloka, Krishna says that Yoga Kshemam Vahamiham. So I bring the Yoga Kshema. So Vahami Aham means I give it, I bring it. So you don't think about it. You don't worry about it. Niryoga Kshema. So you don't think about the results of actions. So Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. Atmavan means be situated yourself. Atmavan. That's what is very important. So if you are like that, then nothing is going to affect us. So that's what we need to understand. We should be Atma. So how we can do that? We need to free ourselves from Kama, Krodha, Vimuktana, Yatina, Yatachetasa, Abhito, Brahma Nirvana, Vartate, Vijitatmana. So that's what Vijitatmana. That Atmana, Krishna is here, that Atmavan means Vijitatmana. So Vijitatmana means one who has conquered the mind. He is Atmavan. So he is situated in his own self. So he is self-controlled. Atmavan means self-controlled. So that means when that happens only when it is Vijitatmana. So if we are like that, then none of our activities are going to bind us. We are not going to be affected by any of our activities. So at that point of time, we can really enjoy. There is a real enjoyment, real happiness. When nothing is binding us, when we are completely free from the material bondage, Janma Bandha, Karma Bandha, bondage to birth, bondage to work. If we are completely freed, so then we will be, that's what Niryoga Kshema Atma. We don't have to go after the results. We can be situated in our own self. That's what Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita. We need to focus our mind only on Krishna. Then we are Atmavan. So that means our priorities should be all aligned towards Krishna. There may be so many things we have to do in our life, but we should do only things which are meant to please Krishna, meant to serve Krishna. Other things, it's okay, we don't have to do. Because other things which are not connected with Krishna, that means which are not regulated, which are not prescribed, we should not do it. Krishna very clearly said, we should perform only prescribed duties. Niyatam karma. That's what is very important. So if we do that, if we perform the prescribed duties without any attachment to results, then we will be freed from the results. That means we will get that freed from the karma bandha and janma bandha. That's what is going to happen. So all such things are happening by Krishna's causeless mercy. Krishna is giving us all the knowledge what we need in this Bhagavad Gita. So when we follow Krishna's instructions clearly, so then nothing is going to bind us, bother us. Krishna himself makes sure. Krishna is always with us. So that way, Krishna knows when we are doing any activities, he will direct in such a way that we will be doing it only for him, because he is in our heart as a super soul. He knows what we are thinking and what we want to do. So that way, if we love Krishna so much, so then Krishna only arranges the activities which are meant to please him. That also we need to understand. Because the science of activities we need to understand, because most of the time we are put in a situation that we don't have any other alternative. That's what happened with Arjuna also. Even for all of us also like that way only. So that's what apariharya. Apariharya means There is no parihara. There is no other alternative. That's what aparihari. So Krishna has told Arjuna very clearly that jatasya dhruvam mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya tasmad apariharya arte natvam sochitum argasi. So the action which there is no other alternative, which we are put into that kind of situation and we have to do, so we don't have to worry. That's what apariharya arte natvam sochitum argasi. But when we are Krishna's devotees, when we want to please Krishna, so then Krishna will create the activities in such a way that everything will be so much conducive to get liberation only. Krishna is arranging all kinds of opportunities for us. So that's what we need to know. We will be able to feel that. When we focus our mind on Krishna, when we fully depend on Krishna, so then we will be able to feel that in our day-to-day activities, everything is centered towards Krishna. So that is because that is specifically organized by Krishna only. So that way, simply by depending fully, having complete faith on Krishna, we don't have to worry about anything. Everything else is taken care nicely by Krishna. So in the 18th chapter, we have successfully finished 40 slokas. Last week, we studied about the sukham, happiness, in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. That's what we studied. So what we studied in the sloka number 37, Krishna taught us, Yat tadagre visham miva pariname amritopamam tat sukham satvikam proktham atma buddhi prasadajam. So that kind of happiness, which in the beginning looks like poison, agre in the beginning, visham means poison. So in the beginning it looks like poison, but at the end it will become a nectar, parinami, towards the end, at the end. It's amrita. Amrita means nectar. Tatsukam. So that happiness, which looked like poison in the beginning, but it is nectar at the end. So that happiness is in the mode of goodness. That's what Satvikam Proktam. So Atma Buddhi Prasadajam. So there is one of happiness and satisfaction, one of intelligence and satisfaction of the self. So that is the real happiness, what we can find within ourselves. So that which in the beginning may be just like poison, but at the end is just like nectar, and which awakens on to self-realization, is said to be happiness in the mode of goodness. Then what is happiness in the mode of passion? Exactly opposite. Vishayendriya samyoga yattadagre amritopamam pariname visham miva tatsukham rajasam smrutham. So there is one from material sense enjoyments. That's what Visaya Indriya. So sense objects and the senses, born by the interaction of the combination of senses and sense objects. That's what Vishaya and Indriya. Vishaya is sense objects, Indriya is senses. So that kind of happiness which we achieve through external material sense enjoyment with the sense objects. So that in the beginning it looks like nectar only. Agre amrito. But pariname, it is visham. At the end, it will become a poison. So that kind of happiness is in the mode of passion, rajoguna. So that's why Krishna is teaching us here in this sloka, that happiness which is derived from contact of the senses with their objects and which appears like nectar at first, but poison at the end is said to be of the nature of passion. So then in the next sloka, what Krishna is teaching us about happiness in the mode of ignorance. Yadagre chanubande cha sukham mohanamaatmanaha nidralasya pramadotham tattamasam udahritam. From the beginning, agre anubandha. So it binds one. it's anubandha. So to the end. So that means from the beginning to the end. That's what yadda grecha anubandecha. So from the beginning to the end, so that happiness which is full of illusion. So it is mohanam, illusory. So and it just leads to nidra, sleep, alasya, it is laziness, and pramado, it's madness. So that kind of happiness is in the mode of ignorance, tattamasam udakritam. So that's what we need to know. So people who go to bar and drink liquor and they smoke and all these kinds of happiness, what they think they are happy, that is all in the mode of ignorance. That's what Krishna is teaching us here. And that happiness which is blind to self-realization, which is delusion from the beginning to end, and which arises from sleep, laziness, and illusion, is said to be of the nature of ignorance. So then we finished with the 40th sloka last week. Na tatasti prithivyam va divi deveshu va punaha Sattvam prakriti jai muktam yatebhihi syatribir gunai natadasti prithivyam va divi deveshu va punah. So either in this material world or in the spiritual, in the not spiritual world, in the heavenly planets, basically. So Deveshu, the planets of demigods, that's what the heavenly planets. So both places, no one is free from the modes of nature, which is produced from the Prakriti. So that's what Krishna is saying, that Natat Asti. Natat Asti means no one is there. So no one is there in this material world, in this earth, or in the demigods, in the planets, amongst demigods, basically the higher planetary systems. So everyone is under the control of the three modes of material nature. So that's what Krishna is saying, that they bigisha tribir gunai. So tribir gunai. So that's what we need to understand. Maybe the mode of goodness is predominant there, but still all three modes of nature, material nature, are there in the heavenly planets also, Swarga Loka also. So there is no being existing either here or among the demigods in the higher planetary systems which is freed from these three modes born of material nature. So then in this sloka number 41, what we are studying, Krishna is teaching them. Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Sudranam Cha Parantapa Karmani Pravibhaktani Swabhava Prabhavair Gunai. So based on Swabhava Prabhavair. So Gunahi. So the gunas, based on the three modes of material nature, we all have our own swabhava. We know that. Swabhava means own nature. That's what swabhava means, own nature. So everyone has got their own nature depending upon the combination of these three modes of material nature. So the karmani, the activities, what we are doing, because we understood very clearly until now from Bhagavad Gita that all the activities are carried out only by the three modes of material nature. So based on what kind of swabhava we have, so the karmani pravibhaktani, the activities are divided. The activities are divided based upon each and everyone's swabhava. So how they are divided? They are divided as Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. That's what Brahmana, Kshatriya, Visham, Sudranam cha Parantapa. So like that, four types of persons are there. So four types of activities are there. So that is based on the three gunas. That is based upon the swabhava. So that's why Krishna said in the 4th chapter we already studied, Chaturvarnya Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhaga Sagam. So that's why I created these three modes, these four varnas, Chaturvarnyam, Maya Srishtam. So Maya Srishtam means it's created by me. So based upon the guna karma, based upon what kind of guna they have, and according to that guna, what kind of activities they do. So that's how these four varnas are there. So it is all science, perfect science. So that's what is disc profiling. So today, if we can Google DISC, disc profiling, that's used everywhere in the industry to identify their employees, which part, like whether they are disc means So they are dominance or influence or steadiness or compliance. So which one they plan? So dominance means it's Brahmana. So influence is Vaisya, and steadiness is dominance is a Kshatriya, and influence is Vaisya, and steadiness is a Brahmana, and compliance is Sudra. So that's what is the disc profiling. So that's what Krishna is teaching already here. There, I created them. Swabhava Prabhavair Gunaihi. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaisyas, and Sudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own natures in accordance with the material modes or chastiser of the enemy. Shamodamastapaha saucham kshantirarjavamevacha jnanam vijnanam mastikyam brahma karma swabhavajam. That is, shamo means peacefulness and self-control, mind control. Damaha, tapaha means it is austerity, and saucham, cleanliness, purity. Shantir, so there is tolerance. Arjavam, simplicity, there is honesty. And jnanam vijnanam astikyam, so having the knowledge and wisdom and religiosity, religiousness. So they are all born of Brahma Karma Swabhavajam. So these kind of natures, qualities are all born from the Swabhavajam. So Swabhavajam, Swabhava Prabhave Gunegi. The Swabhava Prabhave. The Swabhava itself is born of the Gunas. So based upon this Swabhava, so these are all the Brahma Karma, the activities of Brahmana. So that's what Krishna is saying. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which the Brahmanas work. And then Shauryam Tejo Dhritir Dakshyam Yuddhe Chapya Palayanam Danam Ishvara Bhavascha Kshatram Karma Swabhavajam. So there is Shauryam, heroism, Teja, which is power, and Driti, determination, Dakshyam means resourcefulness, and Yuddhe Chapi Apalayanam means not running away from the battle. That's what Yuddhe Chapi Apalayanam, not fleeing away from the battle. Danam means charity. So Danam, a generosity, and Isvara Bhava, that is the leadership, Isvara Bhava. So these are all the qualities by which the Kshatriyas work. So born of his own nature. So heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the natural qualities of work for the Kshatriyas. In the next sloka, both Vaisya and Sudras, in the same sloka, Krishna is teaching here. Krishi Gorakshya Vanijyam Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam Paricharyatmakam Karma Sudrasyapi Swabhavajam. So Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam. So what are all the Vaishya Karma? There is Krishi, so there is plowing, and Gorakshya, so that means protecting the cows. So that's what protection of cows, Gorakshya. Vanijyam means business, trade. So Vanijyam, trade. So these kinds of activities are born of the Vaishya Karma. So Swabhavajam. So that's what Vaisyas. And Paricharyatmakam Karma. So that means to do service for all these other varnas. So that kind of Swabhava. So that is called Sudra. So that's what compliance. So that's what Sudra. So there is farming, cow protection, and business are the natural work for the Vaisyas, and for the Sudras there are labor and service to others. So by Krishna's costless mercy, we have successfully finished 44 slokas in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिनि। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिनि। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Rama, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hina Mataji. Garg Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Guruji, thank you very much for the Sunday lecture.
Yes, Prabhu.
Came to know so many things about the three modes of material nature. One thing I wanted to ask you about this thing only. Any human being is born with these three modes of material nature, or is there any way that during his upbringing of a child, in the initial years. Is it possible that somebody is, his nature is of this particular type? Can it be modified by some way? That I would like to know.
Yes, Prabhu. So it is all depending upon our environment, our modes of nature also is changing, Prabhu. Sattvan Rupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharat. So our Shraddha, our faith is based on our Sattvan Rupa, our existence, our circumstances, everything. So that way, our Swabhava, it also gets modified depending upon how we are, where we are growing, our nature, our surroundings, lot of things matters a lot. So that's what it is, nature versus nurture, correct? So both are important. So they change our swabhava, yes, Prabhu. So, but that's why when we get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, when we surrender unto Krishna, when we do everything for Krishna, so when we realize that we are not the body, we are the soul, and we think that only three modes of material nature are doing everything, so that means we are freed from the modes of nature. So that is possible. So that way, for your question, it definitely changes depending upon our circumstances. Yes, bro. Hare Krishna. Yes, bro.
Good education, a good environment has a effect on the nature of a particular, say, child or the
That
community.
is correct. That's why we need to guide them. So the persons who have who are the devotees, so they have to that's what Krishna says that Sakta Karmani Avidvamso Yata Kurvanti Bharata Kuryad Vidvam Sata Asaktaka Chikirsugu Loka Sangraham. So we need to set an example for others. So that's what Krishna is asking us to act in such a way. So that way we can make such kind of atmosphere. But unfortunately today in this world, because of the media, movies, and all these things, it's all going in the wrong direction. Correct. So that is the problem. So we have a lot of work to do for Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Right, Guruji.
You understood, Prabhu? Hare Krishna, Prabhu?
Yes, Guruji. Yes, it's clear to me. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Krishna. Arki Koil, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Father Dandavat Pranam, Guruji.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
It's a wonderful class, Guruji. Very nicely culminated in 18th chapter by the Lord. Everything is because of the three gunas. Even the nature of a person is coming from three gunas, and a person has to be associated with the Almighty Shri Krishna to get free from the bondages of these three gunas and the Maya. So this is very nice learning, Guruji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Guruji. No more questions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji, Hare Krishna. Palniappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
So today's slogas are really very interesting because we understood what is four different type of gunas people have, that is Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Sudras. That is very, very clear, even though many times you explained, and same thing.
Scientifically, it's very clear. It's probably.
Yeah, very, very clear. That is one thing. And second thing is what I felt is when you say daily that every day you are telling, just forget everything and remember only Krishna all the time, do it, Krishna only. So it's a toughest job. Still, whatever you follow, then the what we get by doing that is very, very clear. That is the thing which we were not doing it for many, many years, though, till we know about that. So today when we hear from you and then trying to follow,
Yes.
and what you say that Krishna will take care everything, and you do your duty as per prescribed method. That is the, once you follow that, then you will start realizing that really in life you have lasted so many years already without doing it. That is the feeling you will get it. That is the thing which, even though we personally get that knowledge, but still we have to spread it. That is a very, very important thing which
Yes.
people does not know at all. That
Right.
is the basic thing, what I realized. Yeah. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Brinda Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class.
Yes.
It's nice to know that our Swabhava is actually coming from the three modes of material nature. So we can elevate ourselves from the lower modes of nature to higher modes. So that only our connection with Krishna, the more we connect ourselves with Krishna, we can be in that Atmavan state that you spoke of. Yes, Guruji, to be within ourselves.
Yes, ma'am.
It's very nice, Guruji. We need a lot of practice to do daily, remember Krishna, do his worship. Yes, Guruji. So that awareness and that happening is happening now much, much better than what we
Yes, over a
started
period
with,
of time, we are
Guruji.
becoming more sharp. Yes, Mataji. Our understanding
Yes,
is
Guruji.
becoming very sharp. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for the class, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji. Krishna's message.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Subhalakshmi Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Ram Rama. Hare Hare.
Hare Hare. Well, Prabhuji's and Mata's will say some explanation is very good, but we are understanding that what they are saying.
Yes, Mataji.
Your explanation is very wonderful, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
How in material life we are staying, but at that time we are thinking about Krishna's also.
Yes, Mataji.
Your explanation very nice, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Today's class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Rama. Hare Hare.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Anita Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Thank you so much for the class.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu. Mani Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtana.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.